president late today leaving the White House amid the markets plunging, saying, "I think it's going very well," signaling he will stay the course. Here's Mary Bruce.
Tonight, President Trump sounding unbothered by the plunge on Wall Street after his sweeping tariffs upended the world economy.
I think it's going very well. It was an operation, like when a patient gets operated on, and it's a big thing.
In the past, the president has acknowledged his tariffs could cause short-term pain to American consumers and businesses. But today, he only spoke of rosy times ahead.
The markets are going to boom, the stock is going to boom, the country is going to boom. And the rest of the world wants to see, is there any way they can make a deal?
But watching the markets dive today, the president's own former Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin saying he hopes there can be a deal to lift some of these tariffs, acknowledging the reality that fulfilling Trump's pledge to return manufacturing to the U.S. will take years.
I'm hopeful that those will be negotiated down, that those are tariffs that will bring people to the table, and we'll negotiate them down. Now, for many businesses, it takes a while to move the manufacturing base.
Tonight on Air Force One, the president laying out a timetable.
How long will it take to get manufacturing, American manufacturing, to where you would like to see it?
Well, let's say it's a 2-year process. They can build them fast, but they're still very big plants. So I'd always say it would take a year and a half to 2 years.
But he did not explain what would happen to alleviate pain in the interim, or acknowledge that American businesses will likely pay more to build products here than overseas, costs that economists warn will be passed on to consumers. The president today not acknowledging the economic pain his tariffs may cause, and when pressed on this all day, White House officials reiterating the same message: have faith. Trust the president. David.
Mary Bruce at the White House. Mary, thank you. In the last 24 hours, the president did acknowledge he campaigned on groceries. But millions of families are now bracing for higher prices. Tonight, what we found at the grocery store, the appliance store, and at the auto lot. Matt Gupman on how this could affect so many of you at home.
Tonight, Americans are bracing after voters made it clear in November inflation and high prices were the top issue. Now, they're fearful prices are going to get worse, not better, on everything from cars to clothes, electronics to groceries. And like millions of Americans, Susan Linder is retired and on a fixed income.
We're terrified, really. And it makes no sense. I mean, look at the stock market today. It makes no sense that these tariffs have gone into effect.
Those tariffs will mean higher costs at the supermarket on produce not grown here and on coffee, chocolate, and other items. Something else to look out for, seafood. The USDA says 80% of seafood consumed in the U.S. comes from high tariff countries, places like Vietnam, Indonesia, India, Canada, Chile. So that could rise. Tonight, analysts say these new tariffs could cost an average American family of 4 up to $7,200 extra a year. It was just 24 hours ago the president acknowledging he campaigned by talking about groceries.
It's such an old-fashioned term, but a beautiful term, groceries. It sort of says a bag with different things in it. Groceries went through the roof, and I campaigned on that.
For this father of 3, it's not old-fashioned. It's a real concern with prices set to go higher. We're going to start feeling the pinch pretty soon, right?
We're feeling it now, you know. I go in there, I see the prices. I try to act like they don't exist, and I just try to work harder.
Almost every industry feeling the pinch. This appliance store in Norwood, Massachusetts hopes to absorb some of the costs.
If there are increases in price, you know, they'll see if the manufacturer can absorb some of them too. You know, really just to keep the cost down for the consumer.